Howdy all.
Sherman 205, right November, left turn runway 16, hold short of whiskey 3.
Hopefully you can hear me.
16, hold short of whiskey 3, Sherman 205.
If not,
121.
I am bringing myself for psychiatric evaluation immediately after this stream. So I was actually meant to be working today, but I had taken it off to, well, one of two things. Will, first off, being Will, managed to do himself in PE yesterday, and his neck was all seized up, so we didn't know whether he was going to be going in or not today. But obviously, as well as that, we had the potential of the Emirates A380 landing in Shannon, which isn't happening until tomorrow now. We are under heavy rain conditions, so the phone is covered the whole lot. Let's see how this goes. Just as we came on there, this ATR was given gusts of 39 knots. We are trialling the smaller camera after my fix. Hopefully it holds up. If not, I do have the other camera with me.
Number 2, the wind is 120 degrees, 24 knots, max 39er.
The focus is fixed currently. We'll fix it in a minute. Oh, look at this! Yes. Fair play to them.
Can you make November 4?
Actually brought the spare car. Well, I brought the two with me. This is the preferred one for bad weather. It's the smaller one, the least expensive of the two. It does have the better rain cover as well, so let's hope. Crater, thank you for 23 months in the Spotters Club. November, right onto Kilo, hold short of link 7. November, right Kilo, hold short of link 7. It is a Tuesday, so arrivals will be slightly quieter than normal. 25, 885. Sounds like Rice Krispies with the rain on the mic. So the microphone is currently under my hood. CC, thank you for 10 months in the Spotters Club. I'm going to let the mods worry about the bongs and the bings because I can't get to my phone under the cover. So we held up okay on the first attempt with the camera. Let's see. Some stage tomorrow, apparently, landings and takeoffs. That's all I know at this stage. There's nothing showing for it. Has the Spotters Discord link expired? No, someone joined it only the other day, so I don't know. I'll check it afterwards though.
Ryanair 56 Tango Delta, wind 120 degrees, 28 knots, max 38, runway 10 left, good time. 10 left, Ryanair 56 Tango Delta. Fraction 806, Quebec, contact ground 125.85, goodbye. 125.885, fraction 806, Quebec, bye-bye.
Larry, how do? Wind shear for Ryanair is what they've reported.
Kilo wind 120 degrees, 29 knots, max 38, runway 10 left, get around.
So Lufty next being given 38 knots at the max gusts.
Good morning, we're now 161, Turkish Island, 1
Morning to everyone. Sorry I can't say hello individually in chat. I have the cover over my phone so it's hard to see it, just to stop it getting destroyed with water. These gusts forecast to continue up until about 1 o'clock or so, and then things should quieten down between 1 and 2. The Emirates triple, I imagine, is what's due. Tony, welcome. This will be a test now. It's when we zoom back, the lens jumps, so let's see what happens. We're okay at the moment.
5, goodbye. Officers at 3 Kilo 125, 885, goodbye. Tower, hello, Shamrock 1 Kilo, fully established now on the ILS, 9 miles for 10 left. Shamrock 1 Kilo, good morning.
Patricia,
Good morning.
happy birthday!
2, wind 120 degrees 27 knots, max 3.
Now the microphone is attached to my hat, so don't be reading my thoughts. It's not that entertaining anyway. Now, usual rule applies. We're not following them too long on the right hand side because that's where the rain is coming from. We don't want the lens getting water in on top of it.
I want to turn off the K next right there is November 3. Then to the left turn onto November. Right, November 3 to left, November right now, what's the clock? Shamrock 1 Lima Kilo, wind 120 degrees 24 knots, max.
David says, Paul, you're truly mental. I did say to Ruby in Adrian's group there just before getting set up, Dubjet putting your memberships towards psychiatric evaluation since 2023. Be a test now. That's the furthest I've zoomed out since we started. It's holding up okay. For those not aware, we obviously had a problem with this camera last week. The zoom internal mechanisms were locking up. I did try fix it, so hopefully we're good. I make no promises though.
extra wind 120 degrees 27.
Are the rashers done yet? They've been sizzling since yesterday. I do apologise for the abrupt ending yesterday. So I managed to figure out what happened when I got home. So my son left the house for work at midday, and the dogs, they all stay in the sitting room while we're not there. But one of the dogs absolutely adores my son. He's like the favourite. And she tried to get into the window to see him leaving. And it looks like she walloped the ruler that's on a little shelf beside the window. So when I got home, the internet router was on the ground. And that's what had happened. The connection had knocked off. And when YouTube loses connection like that, it presumes the stream has ended. Something big leaving. A Delta by the sounds. Chat is going dark for a minute because even with the cover over the phone, the rain is trying to ban people. So I can't see your comments for the moment.
Wind check 120 degrees 31 knots, max 38. So you're not Air 56 Delta. Commander 56 Delta, good after, good morning again. Continued, number 2, wind 120 degrees 31 knots, max 38. Oh, we'll call Ryanair 56 Delta.
Airtime Irish, thanks very much.
Ryanair 56 Delta, wind 120 degrees 29 knots, max 38, runway 10 left, clear left. Clear land 10, Ryanair 56 Delta. And just changing in now 09993, active 993 we have, thanks. Sherman 6 on exit, contact ground 121, sorry, no, 125, and it's west flight 124, Sherman. Okay.
Oh, doggo survived. Just about, sure. Sent you proof of life, didn't I? So, I did leave the weather widget ticking across the top. It only updates every half hour, so official METAR measurements are only taken every half hour, and that's what updates on the API website I use. However, obviously, pilots, when they're landing, they're given live readings from the tower.
Wind check 120 degrees 27 knots, max 3.
As this wind weakens closer to 1 o'clock, it is meant to become more of a crosswind. So let's see what happens.
Sherman 960, no continue, number 2, the wind is 120 degrees 27 knots, max 38. Number 2, Sherman 960.
If at first you don't succeed, exactly, skydiving is not for you.
Minus 56 Tango Delta, contact ground 125, decimal 85, all of us. 125, 885, right, 56 Tango Delta, bye-bye.
Phone doing stupid things. So, morning to everyone that I've missed. Obviously, limited access to the phone with the rain. Welcome. Mate, I was, like I said, I had to take today off. It was the last minute thing last night because it looked like Will wasn't going to be going to school today, but he's gone in. And I had planned, obviously, as well, hoping to cover the Lufthansa A380 down in Shannon. But when my alarm went off at 6 this morning, there was still nothing scheduled, and that aircraft didn't look like it was moving. So, if I was looking at the Shannon Spotters group, and apparently it may be in around 11 tomorrow, but sure, you can't be guaranteed. And the problem you have is that if they schedule it at the last minute, they have about an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes to get from Munich to Shannon, where I need 2.5 hours. So I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. So still gusting 3.6 knots. So just under 80 kilometers per hour currently. The max gust forecast is 82 according to Met Air. Turning that way is nasty on the face. Mate, he's grand. He was doing PE yesterday, and given a bib to wear for whatever sport they were doing. Here's how good, here's how fragile Will is. While he was putting the bib on, he done something to his neck and his neck dropped up. And how do? Sarah Dempsey says, looks like this should be an orange warning. Sarah, it was a last minute yellow warning issued this morning by Met Air. What do you need me to do with the microphone, Ruby? A bit quiet and distorted, so it's under my hood.
November 3, right on November, Emirates 165.
Contact 1157, wind 120 degrees 30 knots. Max.
Like, they're not waterproof, so I don't know what to do. Hang on 1 second, I'll see what I can do.
Runway 10 left, clear to land, contact 1157. Emirates 161, contact ground 125, decimal 885, goodbye.
125, Emirates 165.
Alright, let me know if that's any better. It's under my jacket now. Carca, update on my internet. Unbelievably, I had a rat munch my fibre cable downside to being... I've opened a bag of crisps. That was me old zip. That's better, okay. It was probably just too close to me and clipping slightly.
Wind is 130 degrees.
Bernard.
25.
Morning.
Max 300.
I'll stop shouting maybe, that's probably what it was.
Number 2, set up the
Pegasus from Istanbul.
130 degrees, 25 knots, max 300.
Up to 39 again.
Contact 1157, vacate right November 3, right onto November.
Direct Latmo, we've had one so far. We've only been on about 45 minutes though.
Sky Europe 257, wind 130 degrees, 28 knots, max 3.
What is that?
10 left, clear to land. 10 left.
Hainan. I was wondering what that noise was.
Subject 1157. Negative, say again. Subject 1157, contact ground 125, decimal 85, goodbye. 125, goodbye, subject 1157. Minus 6 for Alpha, Alpha, look, continue number 2, wind 120 degrees, 25 knots, max 3 knots. Check 120 degrees, 25 knots, max 3 knots. Tower Sunset 1157, take in frequency 125, decimal 885. 125, 885, Sunset 1157, thank you.
Hi Sky friends.
Curve 257, vacate November 3, continue right onto taxiway November. Vacating November 3, right on November.
And
Curve
chat
257,
soon.
thank you. When vacated, contact ground frequency 125, decimal 885. When vacated, 125, Ryanair 64 Alpha Alpha, surface wind is 120 degrees.
Jason says ATR number 4 to land. Rebel alert mode activated. So what I'm doing, I'm grabbing my phone in between aircraft, as Dean would say, just to have a look and make sure I'm not missing too much. Alan Lewis, it's not great now, to be honest with you. Cottersanham ditch, it's 150 crosswind coming from our left to right.
Glacier on Fairfield House, your number 2110 left, continue. Surface wind is 120 degrees, 27 knots, maximum gust in the last 10 minutes of 39 knots, continue.
So it's varied there, it's 120 now, so almost slightly left of centre for a headwind.
Alpha, will you make November 4? Air 64 Alpha, vacate November 4, Fox Outers on short of link 6. November 4, Fox Outers on short of link 6 for Air 64 Alpha. Thank you, Air 64 Alpha. When vacated, contact ground north 125, decimal 885. 585 on Air 64 Alpha. Rocket 3, Echo Golf, surface wind is 130 degrees 28 knots and wing 10 left, clear to land. Clear to land 10 left, Shamrock 3, Echo Golf.
Shredder has not too many birds flying today. They've got more sense. A little bit more than me. Obviously, through the rain, the lights creating that blur. That's not the camera. You can see it gets clearer as they get closer to us.
That's all very good. One exchange is transatlantic, good day, Gemstone 39 Victor, your number 2, runway 10 left, continue, surface wind 130 degrees 27 knots, maximum gust in the last 10 minutes of 36 knots, continue. Thank you, I don't know if you have 2H, 9er, 3 hectopascals.
Morning to you. Rain stopped in Kildare, clearance with you in 40 minutes. Must be Monday all over again, farmer, is it? Outbound ATR to Manchester seems to be returning to Dublin. So the winds are to build. The winds are to build at Manchester after here. So I imagine maybe the peak gusts that we're getting haven't got to Manchester yet. So that could be why. Maybe they're preempting. Who knows, dude. I'm not falling for that one today. The weather is the weather. In Limerick, sunny and no wind. Just my personal little rain cloud again, so ATR, I think.
Good day, Scan Air. Free to Foxtrot, establish ILS 10 left. Good morning, Scandinavian 32 Fox. Your number 2, runway 10 left, continue the approach. Surface wind 120 degrees 24 knots. Maximum gust in the last 10 minutes of 36 knots. Continue. Continue, Scan Air. Free to Foxtrot.
Dean found the 4x digital zoom on the camera. Dean, that would be great for the airport. Obviously, I know you're saying it wouldn't be great for your photography, but for while you're streaming, that's perfect.
Gemstone 39 Victor, wind vacated, contact ground on 125.885. Navigated 125.885, Gemstone 39 Victor. Scandinavian 32 Fox, surface wind 120 degrees 30 knots, runway 10 left, clear to land. Running 10 left, clear to land, Scandinavian 32 Fox drop.
SAS next. I know the focus isn't perfect. I know far out it's fairly, that's the rain. Further out, up close, it seems to be better. We'll not mess with it because it's working and the camera's not freezing up like it was the last time. So, first rule of Stream Club, don't change the settings. Garlic Penguin must be windy at Belfast too. La Compagnie from Paris just did a go around. Never heard of that airline. They are a private charter, aren't they? The interiors of those Airbuses are all kitted out in business class only seats.
Continue number 2, jump on 660. Ryanair 7 Hotel Delta, surface wind 120 degrees 2.
Why did the A2 turn around from Manchester? No clue yet.
Ryanair 7 Hotel Delta, runway 10 left, clear to land. We're okay, going around, we'll reach you, Ryanair 7 Hotel.
So we've a go around that we can't even see by the sounds of things. Is that what I just heard? So a Ryanair going around that never even made it out of the cloud base, reporting wind shear. Can hear it but can't see it. Man, gonna have to up me blood pressure meds watching these landings. For those that didn't get to see it, Franks is saying we might have the Northern Lights again tonight, Aurora. I put some pictures up in the Discord last night of what we had over Dunshaughlin. I know there's good pictures in Adrian's Telegram group as well. Did you know Reed Timmer, storm chaser that we follow, is actually in the Isle of Man? He's on holidays on the Isle of Man, and he was posting pictures of the Aurora from the Isle of Man last night. So last night was the strongest solar storm Earth has experienced in 20 years as a result of a direct hit from an X 1.9 class flare that happened 2 days ago. Really glad my wife doesn't watch this. She realised how much of a nerd she's married to. But yeah. Kevin says, I'd settle for a little Iceland Air Aurora livery.
Surface wind 120 degrees 26 knots.
So solar flares are classified based on their strength and the shape they project from the sun. So you get M-class flares, which are fairly regular, but X-class flares are the really, really powerful ones. Now 1.9 isn't exactly high up on the X classification, but because it was Earth facing is why we got what we got last night. You can follow, or there's an app you can get on your phone, Space Weather Live, and it alerts you when the Aurora will be visible at your location. But it also alerts you to solar flares and stuff like that. I'm going to bring this back so we can see the ground. There we go. Very strong wind. Ooh. I say this frequently when we're at Dublin for these kind of conditions. The skill being displayed here is just unreal. I'm struggling to work a camera stood out beside the runway and they're landing a plane in it.
66 Lima, vacate November 3, continue November to Kilo.
And I encourage, and I know I say this as well, nervous flyers, if they can land in this without any issue, a day-to-day flight is like they could do it blindfolded. We prefer them not to, but
Shamrock 65 Whiskey, number 1, runway 10 left, continue, the wind is 130 degrees 28 knots, maximum gust in the last.
Shark, correct, the flare was towards Earth.
2 hectopascals.
So, if you remember, I think it was August 24 possibly, or maybe even later than that, the last time we had widespread aurora visible across Europe. that was an X-class flare as well. That was an X6,
Number 65 whiskey.
but it wasn't earth-facing. It was only the limb of that hit earth, which created that view. That's why it was so strong last night. Kiarka, yes, so there is a famous one called the Carrington event, which is supposedly the strongest solar flare that would have ever hit the planet. If that was to happen again, we would lose all our electronics. You'd see power transformers and stuff like that popping. So, May 24, high latitude, thank you very much. High altitude, sorry. But yeah, so the Carrington event is one to look up. That's the strongest solar flare that's believed to ever have hit the Earth. And if it was to happen nowadays, the doomsdayers say that would bring us back to the Stone Age.
Broken 1,300. Surface wind 130 degrees 29 knots.
Well, the last year has seen, it's what the sun goes through peaks, basically cycles of high activity and low activity. And for the last year, we've been in a high activity period for sunspots and solar flares. They initially thought it was a 12-year cycle, but with the current rate of events happening at the moment, that rule has been rewritten. Carrington, I'll look it up. More anxiety I need in my life. Graham, thank you. 320 from Frankfurt. Not for use today, obviously.
Shamrock 65 whiskey, vacate November 4, right onto November, enter runway 16, full short of whiskey 4. Okay, that's
Helen.
Enter.
Morning, Helen. The bright aurora was October 24, the smaller one was May. There you go. Wouldn't believe Anthony Reid on that Dublin Live. They're the ones that post mid-air and pinpoint the exact moment Blizzard lands in Ireland. Yeah, right.
Shamrock 65 whiskey, full short of whiskey 4 now, contact ground on 125.885. Okay, clear to enter. Yes, sir.
The next in the chair is Paul, chosen subject solar flares.
25 knots, runway 10 left.
Your 60 seconds starts now. A flare like that would knock everything back to cabin levels. Well, obviously the current flare, it was an S4 severe storm. That has major implications for the likes of aviation. High frequency radio is disturbed by it, as well as their nav systems. You also have high levels of radiation in the atmosphere that the pilots are being exposed to while flying. So That's just one example. For anyone that's ever heard of an EMP, it would basically be the equivalent of an EMP hitting the planet.
10.5 miles south. What's your list? Ryanair 79 Hotel Delta. Number 2, runway 10 left, continue the approach. The surface wind now 120 degrees at 24 knots, and the maximum gust in the last 10 minutes of 38 knots. Roger, continues number 2, Ryanair 79 Hotel Delta. Ryanair 79 Hotel Delta, and just confirm QNH 9er 2 hectopascals. That's right, Ryanair 2, Ryanair 79 Hotel Delta. Ryanair flight 219, go around 2, make sure is there free speed available?
Mate, you can get it on...
Okay, once we go around, you contact the Dublin area on 132, that's 1580.
Going around, but I can't see it unfortunately again. Mate, it's called Space Weather Live. It's an app on Google Play or Apple. They also have a website you can go to if you don't want to download the app, and it shows you where the aurora is currently visible, the current levels and flares, etc. So this go around was close enough. It's directly over us currently, I think. Again, cloud cover means not visible. It never got below the cloud base. Test Space Weather Live, correct? Test, they also say that solar flares can be the precursor for
Ryanair 79 Hotel Delta, surface wind 130 degrees 25.
volcano and
10 minutes of 38 knots.
earthquake activity.
Clear land. Clear land, Ryanair 79 Hotel Delta.
That the planet reacts to them. Sorry, I know my voice is muffled because my microphone's under my jacket. The rain is all but gone at the moment, so I'll take the microphone out in a second and you can get the full brunt of the wind. I'm nice like that.
Surface wind 130 degrees 26 knots.
Josh, normally we are a little bit higher to clear the fence. I use the roof of the van, but it's just not feasible today with the up to 80 km/h gusts. I'm not going to stand on the roof of the van.
130 degrees 25 knots. Roger, thank you, that's it. Thank you. Good day, Ryanair 3487 on less than 1 to the left, 7 miles. Ryanair 3487, your number 2, runway 10 left, continue the approach, and the surface wind is 130 degrees 25 knots, with the maximum gust in the last 10 minutes of 38 knots. Continue. Continue approach, Ryanair 3487. 585 Ryanair, 79 Hotel Delta.
As soon as I take my hood down, the rain starts again. Typical.
Ryanair 3487, surface wind is 140 degrees 27 knots, only 10 left. Clear to land. 10 left, clear to land, Ryanair at 347.
Unfortunately, with the rain after starting again, I can't turn even to have a look at that Delta takeoff. You will hear it though.
Rescue 17, hold short runway 10 left, 1 to land. Hold short runway 10 left, 1 to land.
Nearly got blowed over. There'll be a clearance, farmer said. 40 minutes, farmer said.
Rescue 17 from November 7, proceed now, runway 10 left, with main report occasion. From November 7, proceed 10 left, occasion. Ryanair 3487, will you make November 4? Negative, Ryanair, 348. So they Ryanair 3487, vacate November 3, and then it's a right turn onto taxiway November. MRT, right turn to the left, Ryanair 347. Ryanair 347, when vacated, contact ground on 125.885, bye-bye. 2585 and vacated, Ryanair 3487.
So, I know I'm going to jinx it, but I think my camera fix worked. He says as it suddenly dies on the next one. Who knows? If it happens again, I think we'll just we'll old yeller it. I'll bring it for a walk up the mountains.
Rescue 17, hold short now, runway 10 left, contact ground 125, decimal 885, alright? Hold short, runway 10 left, contact ground 185.
Captain Jerry, hello. Carca, so I was saying the last day, I opened up the camera itself and obviously from using it for the last 3 years or so, there was a build-up of grime on the little, it's only a tiny little cog that is controlling the zoom motor, and I cleared that off. It seemed to be that when I was zooming backwards it was catching and it was knocking the lenses out of alignment. It wasn't the focus that was going, it was like there was a little jump and the lenses were going out of alignment. So I did clean it off and put it back together again, but we'll see. All those years as a child taking apart my toys stood to me. Brian, how do? Again, for those just here, all 466 of you. Today is Patricia's birthday. Happy birthday, Patricia. She sent me a message earlier this morning saying Helen woke her up, giving her the birthday bumps with Lucille. Yeah, so obviously, Kiarka, there is a digital element on it when you go beyond a certain point, but it's optical up to 24 times zoom. So it was that part when we were zooming back around the 5 or 6 mark on the optical zoom level, that's when it was jumping and knocking the lens out of alignment. So how are we looking on arrivals? Oh, there's one here. This Ryanair will take your breath away. Lee, my birthday yesterday, and I found out I shared it with Dublin Airport. Nice. Dublin Airport was 86 yesterday. Lee, happy birthday to you too. I'll probably miss it. There's a wider out dashy on the way. In saying that, the Luxair Dash 8 during Storm Kathleen, when everything else was going around and couldn't land, all the Ryanairs, Aer Lingus, Emirates and stuff, the Luxair Dash 8 landed on the first attempt.
Terminal 3 Golf, Mike, your number 1 now, runway 10 left, continue, surface wind is 140 degrees 24 knots with a recent guard maximum gust in the last 10 minutes of 40 knots. Continue.
Graham says QR19 from Doha is 10 minutes out, the 87-900 Dreamliner. Oh, it's QR19. That's the morning one. Does that mean we're getting two? Because the afternoon one is due as well. James, morning to you. 3 minutes away from being the afternoon.
Come 3 Golf Mike, surface wind is
High altitude says Dash 8 is more responsive to control inputs. We have heard that said before, that the props respond better to control inputs in crosswind conditions, but there is certain limitations on them. I believe Dublin here, we see the ATRs when the crosswind element is 30 knots, is that right? They won't operate. In that weather I'd be making a dash for it. Oh. So Frank says it took off at 8 a.m, was supposed to be 1:20 a.m. Yeah, they usually land about 20 past 6 in the morning here at Dublin on the early Qatar flight, and then departs again about 8 or half 8. So does that mean we have QR19 and 17 close together? I wonder. Our next arrival will be an Aer Lingus from Munich. Then we have the Dash 8. Strange flight number for Delta just took off there, the 767. It's a DL9905. That's a positioning number, isn't it? Second Qatar is 1237. Thank you. So we will get 2 Qatars, mate. I'm getting spoiled today. EI tweet 5 tweet.
Established ILS, runway 10 left. Hello, Withdrawal 378, continue approach, wind 140 degrees, 25 knots, costing maximum 40 knots. Continue approach, and if preferable, we are able to exit that number 4 EIDW. First number 4 is available.
So it's starting to get that little bit brighter, thankfully.
Sean 3 Golf Mike on the ground, 125 decimal 885. 585, Shamrock, catching on my stomach. West. Window 378, wind 140 degrees, 24 knots, costing maximum 40, runway 10 left, quick land. Way 10 left, clear land, because it's empty.
So, Widerøe Dash 8 next from Bergen. Noosh, welcome back. Qatar possibly entering a hold.
Golf X-ray, number 2, continue approach wind 140 degrees, 23 knots, costing 40 knots. Continue approach right to Golf X-ray.
Ooh, sideways. Battery down. So first Qatar, probably taking the wider star over Navan maybe, and then the second is over Manchester currently.
Continue on Better to Hotel Link 6 and ground 12585.
Trevor, how do? Wide road. What wind? Exactly.
25 knots, costing 37 knots, runway 10 left, clear land.
Quite a moody Ryanair on the way inbound from Marrakesh. Carrick, chat soon.
720, continue approach, wind is 740 degrees 24 knots, gusting max 370. Continue number 48. Ryanair, 28 Golf X-ray going around. Into, which share run?
Marrakesh has gone around over my head. We didn't even get out of the clouds. Next in, Yellow Socks from Barcelona. Sheila, correct, that's 4 so far, but only 1 we were actually able to see. The rest have all been above the clouds. Again, for those wondering why we're not following them the whole way, we get to the certain point there where the rain will start coming in on the lens if we go much further, so we're just keeping it to...
November 0 right on November 189 720. Did you experience any wind shear? No, we see about a strong wind, 189
So British Airways next from Heathrow, 321 Neo.
Ground 125.518.720. Speed per day 30 Delta, wind 140 degrees, 23 knots, gusting maximum 33, runway 10 left, clear land. Runway left, clear land, speed per day 30 Delta.
There was a moment there just as they flared where the wing on this side dipped towards us. I thought they would pull it there, but fair play. Excellent. And they were quick to stop it as well. So we have Aer Lingus from Madrid.
Echo, wind 140 degrees, 25 knots, gusting up to 37, runway 10 left, clear land. Clear land, 10 left.
Has the Qatar just disappeared off anyone else's radar? Just disappeared off mine.
Hello, Qatar 1 kilo on the ALS 10 left. Qatar 1 kilo, Hello, number 1, continue approach with 140 degrees, 26 Mach 3, 7 up. Qatar approach 10.
Oh, Graham, the next one's on final. That's them talking to ATC, but I can't see them on radar anymore. Oh, it didn't attempt approach.
Qatar 1 kilo wind 140 degrees 22 knots, minus 37, runway 10 left, clear land. Clear land 10 left, Qatar 1 kilo.
So what's this?
Sherman 5 kilo, echo contact, ground 121.18, bye-bye.
It's like their transponder's off. This is the Qatar Dreamliner.
Sherman 5 kilo, echo, I think I may just cross there, 125.
This was meant to land at 6 o'clock this morning. Yeah, sorry, for those that weren't here, there's two Qatars. This is the one that was delayed, and then we have the other inbound, the normal one, QR17. This is QR19. Well, I know the Dreamliner is known for its wing flex, but not like that.
Shell 34 Juliet, taxi number 1, continue approach wind 150 degrees 21 knots, minus 37. Okay, continue further, Sherman 34 Juliet.
But it's more like wing flapping instead of flexing. Farmer, you have redeemed yourself. The clearance is here. Radar says it's in the water. United 767-307 minutes from Chicago, also running 4 hours late.
Wind check 150 degrees 23 minus 37.
Freddie, afternoon to you. At least the rain has stopped. We're still very gusty wind, but at least it's not drowning me anymore. When the stream died yesterday, Adrian reminded me that I had the cloud server I could have went to as a backup. He was like, why didn't you use the cloud solution? I was covered in cloud solution.
Well, it's all good. runway 10 left, reach up there, 775. November 4 and right on November. Okay, November 4 right, November for Shamrock 34 Juliet. Shamrock 34 Juliet, contact ground 125.885. Wait, Brandon 125.885 Shamrock.
I don't know whether I'd take the company car if it was pink. Patricia, thank you very much. Patricia, after gifting 5 memberships. Egypt there, cleared to land. Sun's coming out.
160 degrees, 24 knots, max 33.
Adam, initially, when the building site was busy here for the north runway, that's the building site that's on my left here, those lights were active, but that building site has since been decommissioned, so the traffic lights, well, they haven't been removed, they haven't been switched on in the last 3.5, 4 years. Gone very calm here all of a sudden. Mar, I thought you said Egypt Air clear to land. Maybe I did. Egypt Air. Sorry.
Right November. Number 3, then right November for Egypt Air, 775. United 980, wind 150 degrees, 21 knots, max 33, runway 10 left, clear land. Here's the land, 10 left, 790. Egypt Air 775, contact ground 125.885, runway 5.885 for Egypt Air 775.
So I did hear, I believe, the United 76 talking to ATC. This running about 4 hours late from Chicago. You all know Egypt Air is one of my favourite liveries. It's like it's not overdone, but it's still nice. There is a special they have with more blue on it, I believe. The aircraft is half blue and white. Looks quite well. And then the latest one that they've done to celebrate the opening of the museum in Cairo kind of looks like it's wearing a hoodie. But yeah.
Shamrock 681, 7 miles ILS 10.
Shamrock 681, turn good day. You are number 1, continue approach wind 160 degrees 19 knots, max 33.
Continue approach number 1, Shamrock 681.
United Manor 80, vacate November 3, then right November. Number 3, right turn November, United 90. Shamrock 681, wind 160 degrees 17 knots, max 33, runway 10 left, clear left.
Clear stand runway 10 left, Shamrock 681.
United 980, contact
Rodrigo,
125,
welcome.
885, bye-bye. 25885, United 980, okay.
Let's listen to what they're saying to the arriving aircraft, but yeah, the wind has literally disappeared. Graham, chat soon. Thanks for being here. Hope all are well, obviously.
Wind check 160 degrees 17 knots, max 33.
So still gusting 3-3. Interesting. That's in the last 10 minutes though. Matt, how do?
So good day, KLM 60 Whiskey, establish ILS 10 left. KLM 63 Whiskey, target day number 2, continue approach wind 160 degrees 17 knots, max 33. Copy 10, continue approach, KLM 60 Whiskey. Vacate November 3, then right November.
November 3, right November, Shamrock 681.
So ATC are still giving the gust as 3-3, but that's the strongest gust in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, 63 whiskey, wind 160 degrees, 16, max 28 knots, runway 10 left, clear land.
There you go, down to 28.
Left, clear land, 60 whiskey. Shock 681, contact ground 125.885, bye.
125.
Shredder head. Chat soon. Screen times run out. You haven't allowed him.
Air Lingus 477, Lima established, Montreal. Swiss 477, Lima, target A number 2, continue approach, wind 160 degrees, 16, max 28 knots. Copy, continue on your left, Swiss 477.
Retirement, not all it's cracked up to be. Sarah Jane, I believe we had 4 in total, only one that was visible.
477, Lima, wind 170 degrees, 16, max 27 knots.
Shape of the cloud.
Left, clear land. 10 left, clear to land with 477 Lima. KLM 63 whiskey, contact ground 121, correction 125.885, bye-bye. 25885, bye, KLM 63 whiskey.
Marrakesh has diverted to Shannon, has it? Yeah, exactly. He's running for deal or no deal.
Ryanair 72 Yankee, target A number 2, continue approach, wind is 170 degrees, 15 knots, max 25. Perfect.
The microphone outside now that the rain has stopped.
Ryanair 72 Yankee, wind 170 degrees, 15 knots, max 25, runway 10 left, clear land. Swiss 477, with contact ground 125.885, bye-bye. 125.885.
Captain Sigbag, how do? The wind has literally in the last 10 minutes or now, we did say it would do around just before 1 o'clock. It was forecast to subside, so again there's been 4 go arounds while we were live, but we could only see one because the other 3 were above the cloud base. There's a twofer there to be had. Different app, Helen. It's a different app. This is YouTube. I did wonder what it was. I looked over and I could see the tail go by. I knew it was high sky.
23, runway 10 left, clear land. Clear land, 10 left, Ryanair 8762. Ryanair 72 Yankee, Yankee, contact ground 125.885, bye-bye.
Well, with the winds dying down, what we might do is we might get the next Qatar, see what's coming after that, and then go from there. We're gonna get the twofer. Sustained 15 knots, gusting 23, nearly back down to normal levels.
Good afternoon, Alice. Qatar, welcome back. Good afternoon. Number 2, continue approach, wind 160 degrees 16, back 23 knots. Contact person,
The wind from Dublin has been transferred to Donegal. It's getting rough now. Tell you, there was a couple of times here my welly got stuck in the muck and it nearly blew me over trying to get my foot out of the mud. We go straight for Qatar. Second big starting up. Sounds like a triple. Emirates. 2 for 1 Tuesday. So this is the second Qatar. So I'm gonna, I don't know whether I should or not. Let's try. See if that improves it a little bit. We've gone auto. So we've tested the camera fix on manual, now we're on auto. Let's see. Second engine start up. That is really loud, whatever that is. Jacket.
Target A, Air number 1, continue approach, wind 160 degrees, 16, max 23. Approach 723 Charlie.
Is transferred with the wind direction class from the southern runway for departures, isn't it?
Ryanair 17 November Echo, vacate November 3, then left on November. November 3 November, Ryanair 17 November Echo.
Have to wait till it clears the fence line here beside me because we're on autofocus.
Jet 23 Charlie, wind 160 degrees, 16 max 23 knots, runway ATR. 25.885, bye-bye. You're probably forever, and I want something on that car. Have a good day, bye-bye.
So we have this ATR, Ryanair from Rome, and then Fav from Birmingham. We started on Fav so we could end on Fav. Where's it gone? Huh? There it is. Sorry. Too busy looking at my phone. Nearly strained myself, you know. Ryanair from Rome and EIDW, well, taking a long approach from Birmingham will be our last two. I haven't decided yet what's happening tomorrow, whether I should make the road trip to Shannon or not. I have been in touch with their media manager about coming down. They have no problem with me using the roof of the van once it's away from the fence. I know I use it here at Dublin all the time, but they're used to seeing me, whereas down in Shannon I've never been down there with the van. So this is our Ryanair from Rome. You saw nothing, Patricia. Piss and rain all day, and he wants me to keep my phone out just so he knows where they're coming from. Yeah, that's gonna happen for you, bud. Oh no. Mate, you are most welcome. The blue sky is making an appearance just at the end, as is typical every time I pack up the rain stops.
Hello, good afternoon, on a 51XA Victor. Ryanair 51XA Victor, good afternoon, wind 160 degrees, 13, max 20 knots, runway 10 left, clear land. Left land 10 left, XA Victor.
See you later, mate. Farmer, chat soon. Thank you for the 40-minute hope of a clearance. You dangled it in front of me yesterday and it didn't deliver, but we got there today. Head round to Horizon and do a few heavy departures. Ooh. We could. Go west. David, you are most welcome. Focus having none of it. Dubjet road trip. No, that doesn't happen. No one needs to see the roof liner of the van. Oh, the focus has gone. Oh, we broke it. We made it to the end, but it went at the end. All gone. Look at that. Can we get it back? Can we get it back? Oh, just about. There we go. You can see it happening now. Look, see? Gone. So, on that disappointment, I'm not going to try. I'm just going to stop. I did jinx it. I said the camera was fixed and it's not. Anyway, you can still hear me. Folks, we call it there. Keep an eye for tomorrow. By the looks of things, the A380 arrival is the only thing within that hour if it is landing at 11 down in Shannon. So it'll literally just be a stream for the A380 and done. We'll see. Thanks everyone. And again, Patricia, enjoy the rest of your birthday. Chat soon.
Ryanair 51X Victor vacate November 3 and then left on November 3 and left onto November Ryanair 51X Victor.